Imagine that somebody came from a totally isolated island where there was no coronavirus at all and no news about its contagion or about its spreadability. And then suddenly he found himself in our world.
Shaking hands is not a great thing to be doing right now. I agree.
The nation's top infectious disease expert, Dr. Anthony Fauci, says Americans should never shake hands again.
What? Why the hell is that? I think maybe it's only Americans.
Maybe people shouldn't be shaking hands for the long term.
سألتكم بالله تخففوا من العادات ولا تتصافحوش. سلموا كفاية بالبيوت.
That's really driving me nuts. What's wrong with handshaking?
Because it does transmit flu and other things.
No, I'm sorry. I don't know. Well, I know about flu, but I haven't known that somebody has called seriously to stop handshaking because of the spread of the flu. So, what do you mean by other things? Welcome to the coronavirus world or era, which has imposed and adopted corona culture. Corona is a very dangerous disease that can spread quite fast and that can kill a lot of people. Well, unfortunately, it has already spread so fast that it has already killed so many people. Well, I'd like us to utilize this chance to welcome you to my channel, Management with Maris, Manage to Prosper without handshaking. Well, this is our third consecutive session discussing coronavirus. We started discussing the virus when we started highlighting and talking about our third book in the channel, Organizational Theory, Design and Change, 7th edition. First session, we started part 1. We defined organizations and the environment, and we talked about 5 managerial or organizational proofs for coronavirus. And last second session, we moved to the second part and started with the first part or first pillar of organizational design, which was organizational structure. We talked about the World Health Organization. We discussed how the structure of this organization helped it to be responsive to the virus and helped its efforts in combating the virus. Right, so the stoppage of handshaking is one of the properties of the emergent culture of coronavirus. Exactly, dude, but corona culture is not limited only to the ban of handshaking. It includes many things such as social distancing, lockdown, stoppage of businesses, extra careful hygiene, sanitization, and many more things.
I'm just saying, we have to get this country open, Jeff. It has to get open. This country was not designed to be closed.
Well, it looks like you're not happy with this new emergent culture, dude. Yeah, it's totally difficult because it's a matter of building a new culture, which means changing deeply rooted beliefs, norms, values, which have been already reflected into behaviors and that have already guided our mentality, our thinking, our decision making, and our way at which we deal with different people. Therefore, as long as organizations are part of the society, each and every organization has its own culture, which we call organizational culture. The deeply rooted the beliefs, the values, norms that are reflected into behaviors and that show how organizations think and believe regarding right or wrong. And therefore it shapes the way that organizations deal with each other and the way at which the individuals in the organizations deal with each other and with the other entities in their environments. Despite that, it's a bit difficult to define or to explain what organizational culture is. Well, one of the methods at which we can know the organizational culture is to look at the mission statement, the values, the strategy of the organization. For example, if you talk about the World Health Organization, we can notice from its mission statement that they have a vision of a world at which each individual gets the highest possible level of health services. And to emphasize the strength and the importance of their values, the World Health Organization calls their values their DNA. Despite that, you cannot judge the culture of an organization only by looking at its mission statement or strategy or values, but you have to look at the way organizations actually behave and deal within themselves and others in their environments, because this is the true reflection of the real and actual culture and values at which they believe. For example, during the current coronavirus crisis, a lot of organizations have dismissed or have laid off a lot of employees without even paying them, although many of these organizations pretend erroneously or pretend falsely that they cared about their employees. Well, our book states 4 main sources or dimensions of organizational culture that can be also applied to our current corona culture. Well, the severe danger and the fatalities occurred by the virus have already imposed a strong effect on all of these 4 areas or 4 sources of organizational culture. That's why people have started adopting this new culture despite difficulties that they are facing. The reason is that adopting this new culture has become a trade-off between saving lives, which can be obtained by following corona culture, or sticking to the old habits and nature, which can mean losing a life. This also demonstrates how difficult it is to change your culture, even if changing this culture means saving your life.
Why are you shaking hands, sir?
Because it almost becomes a habit, and you get out of that habit. It's sort of a natural reflex.
Oh, Paul, that's totally challenging, but I'm sorry, I can't really handle that. So I have to go back to my native country, my native culture. So see you there, goodbye. Hey, wait a minute, bro. I'm sorry, couldn't go back to your hometown because of the lockdown. So no transportation or no traffic in and out of the country. Oh no, that's crazy, man. So I have to stay here and adopt coronavirus culture. Yes, dude, yes. Corona culture, lockdown, curfew, stay at home, continuous sanitization, sterilization, using hand sanitizer continuously, operation of businesses, all of these things. You must adopt them to save your life. But don't worry, we won't leave you alone. We'll be with your side. We'll protect you. We'll make sure that you have all your necessities. You have what you need of food or drink or financial resources. We will help you. We will guide you to successfully and safely adopt corona culture without harm. That was our session for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching us. By this stage, we have already finished the second part of organizational theory book, especially the chapter that highlights organizational culture. 2 chapters are remaining, but I will not take them right now because they talk about topics that we will discuss in our future books, such as strategy, international management, technology and information systems. Don't forget to download the attached PDF file. Please support the channel strongly so we can continue in our glorious mission. Our production is every Thursday. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel YouTube and activate the notifications bell there. Please support us, stay with us, follow us, and support us. Share the channel on all its electronic platforms. That's YouTube, electronic website, manuim.com, email viewers at manuim.com, and our Facebook and Instagram pages. Thank you so much. See you next session, and goodbye.